guys, it's Elizabeth from Madeira Vlog Moments and Madeira Green Moments. I wanted to do a different kind of video on this vlog channel to kind of share about our recent Royal Caribbean cruise. So we just got off of the Majesty of the Seas and we love cruising. We've been cruising for 10 years, I think, if not more. And we've been on 10 Carnival cruises because it fits our budget and our family's needs. And we've done 3 Disney cruises. So I look at Disney as like up here. I love the quality of Disney. We just love Disney. You guys know, we go to Disney World, 2-3 times a year. And Carnival, we know what to expect. We've been on it so many times. So we've been really looking forward to trying a different cruise line to see if it's a step above, see if it's better, it's different. So I wanted to share with you today the differences from Carnival and Royal Caribbean. Now here's the disclaimer. We've only done 1 Royal Caribbean and it's the Majesty of the Seas. We've done 10 Carnival. So I'm comparing our experience of the last 10 cruises versus this one. And there may be differences on other Royal Caribbean ships, and I would love to hear in the comments below if they differ from our experience this time. So Royal Caribbean, I'm finding, is a little bit pricier than Carnival. Of course, it depends on the time of year and the ship, but we just expected it to be a little bit better. I've talked to a lot of people and they said that the food is better, the experience is better, all around better than Carnival. So that's what we were expecting. So I'm gonna share with you what happened. So let's start with the very first day. We walked in to Royal Caribbean and checked it out, checked everything out. We went to the kids program to register our children, and we walked down this hallway where the different kids programs would be. And I know every ship is different because of the size. And the kids programs, the different age groups were relatively close to one another, but we're used to when we walk on Carnival or Disney, there are a lot of kids workers at the entrance welcoming you, and then when you're walking in, there's a lot of them walking around sharing with you what to do, where to go, how to sign up, and chatting with your kids, making them feel comfortable because they're not sure. We walked into the Royal Caribbean one down the hallway, and there was 2 workers and they were helping families or talking to them about signing up. Nobody greeted us, nobody welcomed us, nobody even told us how to sign up. I just kind of asked another parent, do we grab this form here? Yeah, you fill this out. I'm like, then we turn it into them? They're like, yeah. So then once we filled it out, we passed it to them and that was it. We asked about our daughter, she was 9 on this trip, if she could go in the 6 to 8-year-old room because her cousin and her brother are 6 and they would be in the younger group, and they said no. Typically we've had Carnival and Disney say that's fine if they're not overcrowded, so that way they could be together because they were only like 6 months apart. She's 6 months, just been 9 for 6 months, so I figured it wouldn't be a big deal, but it was. The first night, she had a really difficult time. There was a lot of big kids in her room, and there wasn't a lot of room to move, and she had a tough time, and so I felt really bad that maybe we made the wrong decision. We've never had her go to the kids program where she's cried when we picked her up, especially being 9. It's not like, they're little babies where they're having a hard time. And she didn't want to be there. So we were thinking, since this cruise was only 4 days, well, it's fine. She doesn't have to go. She can stick with us. But we said, let's try it again another time. And she did have a good time. So I'm wondering if the first night they weren't adequately staffed or there was too many kids in there. I'm not sure what happened, but it just felt messy. The other thing is with the kids program is they didn't provide a pager or a phone or any way of contacting us, whereas we've always experienced that on all of our Disney and Carnival cruises. So one night my son got hurt. His toe or his leg, something like that, it got bumped and he got hurt. And they said they called us on our room phone and left a message. And we said, well, we were at dinner. We didn't get a phone call. And we went back to the room. There was no message. So they didn't call, or it didn't work. I don't know. But we were really upset that he needed us and there's no way of contacting us. And we've never had that on Disney or Carnival. The other thing is on Disney or Carnival, the kids can contact us if they don't want to be there anymore. They can, say, can you call my parents and see if they'll pick me up? And they would, and we would go get them because we don't want them to feel like they're stuck on their vacation. Also on this ship, the food, like the buffet, the Windjammer, was at the front of the boat, whereas always on any cruise line we've done where it's the buffet, it's always been on the back of the boat. So that was interesting that was different. The food choices was really fun. It was different. They had Johnny Rockets. It's a $6.95 upcharge, so you could go, but you could eat as much as you want, but the milkshakes were not included. Those were $5 extra. So that was a little bummer, but that was really fun to go to. The other thing that we liked about going on the Royal Caribbean was the food is different. So that was fun. We've done Carnival for so many years. The menu is the exact same on all the boats we've done for each night for dinner, which is odd. Like Monday, it's the same menu, and we've been on different cruise lines and it's the same menu on Monday night or the first night. It's just interesting. But we've come to know and love our favorites. The other thing was the ice cream. One of the things that we love on any cruise ship we've been on is in the middle of the night, 8, 9 o'clock at night, we tell the kids we're gonna go for ice cream in our pajamas so they can go to the quick service, and we always tell them you can have as much ice cream and pizza you want on the cruise. Now that's not true, but they feel like it. They get more than normal. And on this cruise ship, they did not have unlimited ice cream. They did not have the self-serve ice cream. They would bring it out for about an hour or two by the pool, and there would be a Royal Caribbean crew member serving the self-serve ice cream and handing it, and they only had chocolate. So on Carnival, they have chocolate and vanilla swirl, and it's in the buffet, and it's open 24 hours a day, so you can go get ice cream whenever. Not that you need that much ice cream, but that's one of the fun things about cruising for us, and we were bummed. The other one was there was no hot chocolate. It was the last day of the cruise. At the back of the buffet, my sister found they had some hot chocolate packets, and there was 3. And I was like, oh man, because usually on the boats we get hot chocolate because it's chilly, or going back to our room and we'll mix the coffee and hot chocolate, or we'll do ice cream with our hot chocolate. And it's just kind of a fun thing, and we were missing that on this one. The other one was with the Windjammer buffet, it would close a lot. So there wasn't like the fresh fruit that you could grab whenever, or like the burgers that would, like a burger place that's open by the pool was not open. And the Windjammer would close a lot of the time. We were really surprised that there was no drink machines by the pool or anywhere else where we could get juice or water or anything because it would close. And they'd have velvet ropes up, so or the doors would be locked, so you couldn't even go in and get a coffee if you wanted to, unless it was during those times. It was really odd. We've never been on a cruise ship where they would close off the buffet, where you couldn't even get like a drink. Or the drink machines weren't available outside of the buffet. It really started to bother us because like we just wanted some lemonade, or because we don't buy the soda package, we just use what's included, but what was included was not available a lot of the time. The other thing that was not available was the water slide. We got back from Nassau one day and the kids were really having fun on the water slide. I talked about it in the vlog about how we were excited to get off the boat, to get off early so that we could come and enjoy the pools. Well, the kids were on the water slide, and then the lifeguard or crew member, whatever they're called, came over and said, all right, we need to close the water slides. And my husband said, why? Oh, because we're closing. We'll open back up at 4. And he's like, did something happen? He goes, no, those are just the times. So they closed the water slide in the middle of the day, the little kid water slide, from 1 to 4. What sense does that make? Because after 4, the kids are going to be getting ready for dinner, and then the kids program, so the parents can go out for dinner or go out for the night. And I just thought, what a crazy time to be closing the little kids water slide in the afternoon when it's hot. It made 0 sense to me. We were baffled by it. Here's something else. When we got our room charge cards, or our room cards, when we checked in, they told us they were adding charging ability to the kids' cards, that they do that for everybody. I've never experienced that on another cruise line. We don't want our kids to have charging ability, and when you check in, you can tell them that, but he said we'd have to go and get in the line at the guest relations and have them take it off, because they were just gonna add charging abilities to everybody. There were a lot of mad parents in that line. Everyone was getting their kids off of the charging, because if you have little kids and they're not worried about them charging, but if they lose their card, someone might be able to charge. So that wasn't good. The other thing I noticed on this cruise ship was there was a lot more shops than the Carnival boats that we've been on. There was a lot more, and that was kind of fun to have more things to look at. Let's talk about our stateroom. So in our Royal Caribbean stateroom, they had bar soaps, one in the shower and one by the sink. And then in the shower itself, there was a dispenser for shampoo. And it was labeled with a label maker, like a label maker I would have. It's not like it was printed on there. It was really nice. It just looked like somebody just put it on there so you knew what it was. My sister in her room, she said it wasn't labeled. She didn't know what it was. Was it body wash? Was it shampoo? But on Carnival, you have shampoo, body wash, and conditioner, I believe. I'm not 100% on the conditioner, but you have a couple choices, and it's really nice, and they're, you know, in the dispensers. The bathroom door, normally on the Carnival cruise, it will open all the way, and then there's a magnet on the back of the door that kind of adheres the door to the wall. Our door would only open halfway, so then it would close back in on you. But if you're getting ready, you couldn't just leave the door all the way open to get in and out and around. You couldn't open the door and then get past it. You'd have to close it to then get past it, if that makes any sense. The other one was, I did a room tour video on our cabin, and we had joining rooms, 8500 and 8502. They had built a built-in nightstand on one side of the room, and then our bed, and the bed was shoved up against the door that was the joining door. Now, it had to open our way into our room, but our bed was in the way. So they shoved the bed over as much as they could to the nightstand, but the door wouldn't open all the way. It would open enough to just jerk it open so that you could shimmy in. The kids had no problem, but the grown-ups, we had to really like squeeze through the door because it wouldn't open all the way. He said we had two choices: barely getting through, our room steward, or having them lift the bed up and open the door so it would be permanently open, so when we put the bed down, the door would be open all the way. And I told my husband, I said, then what's the point of having adjoining rooms and not just having everybody in this room if you're gonna have the door open all the way? We're watching TV when the kids are sleeping. How are they gonna sleep? So that was really aggravating on a daily basis, because you could see the kids, but you couldn't quite get into their room unless we went out and around or we really tried to shove through that door. I mean, we're paying a lot of money to go on a cruise boat, and you couldn't get through the door that we were paying a lot of money to have two rooms for. So that was one thing that was really aggravating. So overall, it was clean. Dinner was nice. Our wait staff was nice. The music was nice. The kids program ended up being a lot of fun for the kids. They had a pirate night on the second to last night. The very last night they had a PJ night, and they made pillowcases, which is fun. They've done t-shirts on Carnival, where they make something fun the last night. So it was comparable towards the end. It was just the beginning was a little bit rough. Would I go on Royal Caribbean again? Maybe. I'd love to hear some of your experiences if you've been on different boats, or if you've been on this boat, have you experienced anything similar? I was just expecting everything to be so much better. I was expecting the kids program to rock our worlds. I was expecting the food to be just impeccable. And the desserts every night didn't have me going, wow. The dinners were good. I'm not saying they weren't. They were good. We really like going out for dinner and having the kids go in the kids program while we go. But it didn't blow us away, whereas we were really anticipating it to be a step above Carnival, and we didn't find that. We missed Carnival, and just we felt like they were limiting our access to the food, as if there was like a budget or something on the ship, because usually when you're going cruising, it's like unlimited everything and you kind of can get what you want whenever you want. Same thing with going swimming on the water slides. Like, we planned time to go and they were closed in the middle of the afternoon and you couldn't go get ice cream. It was just kind of odd for us. We don't go to the shows at night, so that really isn't a big difference for us, so we don't know if those were any different. And the ports of call were amazing. We loved going to Coco Key and Nassau. That was fun. And overall, the ship was fun. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've never been on a Carnival or Royal Caribbean cruise, we will definitely be doing a Disney cruise in the next couple years, because the kids are still young and we want to do it again. And we will definitely do Carnival again. But yeah, share with me what your favorite cruise boat is in the comments, and we will definitely be checking it out. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, subscribe, and subscribe to my main channel if you're interested in green living. Check out Madeira Green Moments. All right, bye guys.